Okay, Sacramento, hopefully everyone's having a fantastic week. School is back in session this week here for a lot of schools in Sacramento. Some of them went back last week, but school is back, and it's gotten a little slow in the market because, as we've seen, what was it? Interest rates were going down. They started coming back up, and now they're kind of going back down again. And I think buyers are feeling a little bit messed with. And I think right now that's kind of what we're seeing in the market. I think a lot of buyers were ready to kind of jump back in to the market. But I do think that these interest rates kind of just, hit them a little bit on the chin. I think what I've been getting a lot from clients that we've been working with and talking to is they just feel a little bit like, should we jump in? Should we not? I mean, like, we're feeling like, that all of a sudden we were looking to get a little bit of a break when interest rates were going down, and we're heading in the right direction. And all of a sudden, like, we get the carpet pulled from underneath us. And I get it. I mean, for us, if you have talked to me lately, you've probably seen my my utter and sheer anger at this situation as well too, because I know there's a lot of people who've been waiting for a long, long time for interest rates to drop so they could jump in into the market. A lot of people have been looking for homes, not really timing the market, but the time in their life to buy has been maybe the last 6 to 8 months, but interest rates are so high that they just kind of put it off, and they've been waiting their moment for interest rates to kind of drop a little bit to get a little bit of a break in the market. And now all of a sudden we're seeing it kind of, go up, except for today where it went down a little bit. And I get it. I mean, it's frustrating. I feel so bad for a lot of the buyers out there who are just trying to get into a house that they like, that they want. And all of a sudden just interest rates are being kind of like, I don't want to say toyed with. And I get, the whole, the Fed, the raising the rate and everything too. But it's just one of those things where I think that, everything's kind of being dictated by various reports that are being released, economic factors and everything too. And I think each week it's kind of a little bit different. And I think it's messing with people as far as the real estate. In fact, one of the things that we've been seeing more than anything is that the only thing, whether you like it or not, the only thing that's been kind of consistent in our market for buyers is that new homes are giving smoking incentives. Now, I'm not saying that means you got to buy a new home. Absolutely not. But what I am telling you is, like, if you are someone who's looking for a home, new home should be part of it if you're looking for those incentives. Like, KHOV, last week we were talking to them. We did a video. They're offering 3.5 on select models. On select homes that are ready to go. 3.5 FHA, you got to have the great credit and all that stuff too. But for the most part, like, that's something that a 3% interest rate, that's just nuts. And then we had like Richmond American and Vineyard, those offering 4.9, and Taylor Morrison joined the crowd this week with offering 4% interest rates. So the new homes are kind of answering the call. And I think that that's becoming really, really popular, and that's becoming a big trend in the Sacramento area. It's always been new homes, but it has been. Hey, Wendy, my Gold River buddy. Truly appreciate how you send me the links to the show. Thank you, Mark. I always look forward to Wednesdays. Hey, not a problem. And you guys, I really do appreciate you guys tuning in, listening to me talk. And if you guys are out there and you guys are thinking about questions that you might have, please ask them. If not for you just to get an answer or clarity, but if you're thinking about a question, I guarantee you there's other people who are going to be watching this video and are going to be really grateful that you asked certain questions. Now, like I said, back pretty much, right now new homes are it. Like we're seeing TriPoint give 6%, 6% of the purchase price of the home towards like incentives. At Rancho, Taylor Morrison just jumped in. Richmond American's being very aggressive as well too. And so a lot of people right now, they're seeing rates kind of get, go up, go down, this and that. And they're, no one really has that security in our real estate market where they feel comfortable in saying that rates are going to go down or rates are going to go up. Everyone just is kind of like toying with the idea that we don't really know what's going on with rates. And like I said, I always say time your life, don't time the market. And I know it might sound a little bit like, well, he's telling us to watch rates and everything too. But this is for those people who, are ready to buy, have been ready for a while. And, they can't find the house or they can't qualify for that house based on the current interest rate. And they're hoping rates get down to a 6 because they might be having that baby in the house. It might be like they might be wanting a house with a pool. And they're like, man, man, if rates got down to a 6, it could be feasible for us to get the house we want to, our next house. And I just feel bad for a lot of people, because I was optimistic when I saw rates kind of going down that we might even be like somewhere in 5 territory relatively soon. And now we're up, and then we're down a little bit too. Let me know what you guys are thinking. If you guys think we're going to go higher in rates, if we can go lower in rates, how rates are kind of like basically affecting your outlook on the real estate market. Now, one of the things that I have been noticing, and kind of goes to the kind of topic du jour, buyers not being happy, is I think buyers realize that right now, school's back in session, last vacation's over. A lot of people were focused on putting kind of the home buying process behind them and saying, you know what, maybe next year. And so I think that like a lot of people maybe pushed off that last vacation because they were assuming rates would go down. And so that also adds to like a real negative buyer sentiment right now. I think that's what we're seeing. The only buyers that I'm seeing extremely happy at this point are ones that are looking at new homes. New homes. 3.9 interest rates, 3.5 interest rates, 6%, and now Taylor Morrison offering 4%, 4%-ish. You saw the post on the community tab. And even Toll Brothers right now are offering like low incentive interest rates. What you're going to notice too, and I was talking to Joe over at Toll Brothers today, and he couldn't believe KHOV was offering those low interest rates. Now, here's the thing to keep in mind as well, too. Will those low interest rates last? No, they will not last. They will not. Now, how do they get those low interest rates? Is it like, people are asking like, why? How come they can go to 3.5 and other people can't? It's just that they invested, like, I think it was like $100 million or something. I forget. KHOV told me that they invested a whole bunch of money so they could buy down interest rates to 3.5 on select models, yada, yada. But this money, once it's gone, all those like incentives are gone as well, too. So if you guys are thinking that there's going to be more incentives or whatnot, I'm in the belief state that a lot of the reason why they're doing these incentives right now is because it's a slow time of the year and they want to get these houses off the books. I don't know necessarily, unless they plan on building a lot during October, December, and January, if you're going to see insane incentives like this. Like, I mean, honestly, like 3.5 interest rate, that's just absolutely nuts. So just keep in mind that you might not see as good of incentives later on down the road, and once this money is kind of bought out. So just keep that in mind if you guys are thinking about buying a home. We got Wendy here again. Wendy, I have an appointment with Aaron to get pre-approved on August 22nd at 11 p.m. Aaron's a rock star. And if you guys are thinking about getting pre-approved, Aaron is with New Way Mortgage. Him and I do a lot of shows on Monday. We might even start doing a live show again on Monday if you guys want us to. But he's awesome. He's with New Way Mortgage, and he's always on the Monday videos as well too. And one thing I got to say about Aaron too is the fact that like he's been with me for so long doing the Monday show. Now, one of the things that for me was so difficult when I was doing this Monday show, I was actually out there interviewing mortgage brokers. I need a mortgage broker to show up every single Monday with me and do the show. And it was during the refi craze, right? And there's a lot of brokers out there who are just like, no, man, I'm too busy. No, man, I'm too busy. I could not find one mortgage professional to actually show up and give me a guarantee they're going to show up every single Monday and give me great content for you guys. Aaron was the only one. I kid you not. The only lender that said, look, if I'll do the show with you and I'll show up every single Monday. And he has. So, kudos to him. Now, if you guys are enjoying this broadcast, as always, please smash that like button. It would mean a whole world to me, the YouTube algorithm, and share the show with people, too. I'd love for more people to know about this show and more people to ask questions, get people excited about the Sacramento market. We are a fantastic market. Yes, generally, interest rates, that's not making too many people happy. But I will tell you one thing, living in the Sacramento area, and being a transplant myself, coming in from the Bay Area, I do love the Sacramento area. There's nowhere else I'd rather be. I do feel like that we're in a prime location. I think we're affordable California. I think we're close to amazing stuff. But I also think that a lot of people are always saying Tahoe's so close by and like the Bay Area is close by. We don't really... I mean, yes, those areas are great, but I do think there's so much stuff in the Sacramento metro area to do. American River, Sacramento River, Folsom Lake, concerts in the park. There's so much stuff here. I mean, people don't realize that there's like wineries here in Sacramento as well too. I mean, it's really a fun place to live. A lot of bike trails, a lot of hiking, a lot of wildlife, a lot of fun things like that I've been seeing. A lot of the food scene is booming here as well too. So if you're looking for a spot and you're thinking maybe Sacramento is that spot for me to move into, guys, you're on the ground floor or something crazy here in Sacramento. We're talking about in Folsom, they're going to be putting in a new sports facility with 3 indoor hockey rinks. Who knew Sacramento liked hockey so much? But you're going to see that. So by 2030, guys, Sacramento is going to be one of those areas that you're going to be so glad you moved into with the appreciation that you see on your houses. And hopefully it will thank the show maybe just a little bit for getting your butts out here to Sacramento. Okay, so let's talk a little bit about one big show that I've been watching for a while, a long time, is as you guys probably have, your investors, Bigger Pockets, right? So David Green is no longer with Bigger Pockets. I didn't see this coming. I did not see this coming at all. I was watching one of his videos where he was explaining why he's doing his own thing, and it was crazy. What do you guys think? Do you think Bigger Pockets made a huge mistake by letting David Green kind of go his own way? Or do you think Bigger Pockets is going to do even better? I think David Green was like a powerhouse behind Bigger Pockets, and I think they made a huge mistake. Honestly, I think a lot of people watch Bigger Pockets because of him, and him not being a part of it. I think it's a huge mistake. So that's my 2 cents. And I know it's kind of like veering off. Okay, so also my buddy Luann Chicascio called me up and says she has something popping in Gold River. It is on 2259 Fort Point Drive, and it's coming to the market in a couple of weeks. And it's in Gold River. She's going to be listing is somewhere in the mid-6s. So if you guys are looking for Gold River, if you guys are looking for anywhere, honestly, the crazy thing about this show is that we get so many realtors that hit us with addresses, hit us with like stuff coming to the market, off market, stuff that's on hold. So if you guys are looking for that specific area, house, we got always some stuff off market that we know about. It might not be our listing per se, but we always point people in the right direction. So if that's you and you're thinking, man, I really want to live in Shelbourne in Grant Bay, we might know of something. So give us a buzz. Okay, so let's go into some of the fun stuff. And if you guys have any questions, let me know. But like I said, the general sentiment right now of buyers is frustration. And they just feel like, they just don't know which way interest rates are going to go. And because they were so excited to see interest rates start going down, now that it went up a little bit, last week, and it's just a not good buyer sentiment. And if you're a buyer and you're frustrated with interest rates, let me know in the comments or thumbs up or whatever you guys want to do. Because for me, as someone who works with a lot of buyers, I'm frustrated for you guys, man. It's not great. All right. Boom. Here's where we are. Interest rates. And this is kind of what I'm talking about right here. We were going down. And then all of a sudden, boom, we started going back up. Now, granted, it has decreased a little bit. So we're, this is like, this is kind of like shows you which way interest rates are going. Of course, like, take this rate with a grain of salt. It all matters about like what credit you have, down payment, what loan. But for the most part, this is kind of a way where you can kind of tell like where the rates have been going. They did a steep dive. And at this point where we are like at our lowest, everyone was thinking, you know what, it's going to keep going. We're going to get under 6. I even saw like a 15-year for 5.99, which is nuts. And now we started going back up. And now, the last couple of days, we started kind of going down a little bit. So no one really knows. And I'd say for you guys out there, like I always say, is that like there are pockets of opportunity out there. And it's like if you start timing the market and thinking that it is going to go down to like 5 or something, it's just hard. I mean, if you've seen this, the market is definitely volatile. The economy is definitely like, with all the stuff happening in the stock market, jobs report and everything too, there's just no real like gauge on which way this is going. So I would say, just if you're working with a lender, if you're working with a, mortgage broker, just, keep in tune with what that mortgage payment looks like based on the rate. And honestly, like if there's a certain rate and you're really rate conscious, at least have the education part of it down so you know what you're going to buy if the rate somehow dips. Could I see maybe in a week it dipping and all of a sudden like you have an opportunity where rates are like 6.2, 6.1? Yeah, I could. It could, but then they also could be up over 7. So just kind of keep that in mind and just understand that there's just no predicting interest rates at this point. All right, next one. Here we go. Here is some good news for you Sacramentoans. Here's why Sacramento, California is one of the best places to live. Now, I agree with most of this stuff. Some of the stuff I don't agree with. Whenever you land in Sacramento, you find yourself wondering if everyone seems happy. Well, one is, yes, we are pretty happy. We love the Kings. A lot of the people I've moved into Sacramento just love it here. So, yeah, I'll agree with that. What do you guys think? murals that tell a story. You got the Johnny Cash mural. I will say one thing that does get really over kind of looked in Sacramento is we have a wealth of artists like David Garibaldi. We have some great art muralists in Sacramento, which I absolutely love too. And it's one of the things, the Johnny Cash mural is so awesome too. If you guys haven't checked it out, look at it. But if you go downtown, you're going to see that we do have a lot of murals, and the downtown scene is nice. I mean, not everywhere, but a lot of spots. All right, Foodie's Paradise. I think the food, I mean, we are the farm to fork capital, which I love. I do think Sacramento, as far as the food stuff going on here, I don't find it lacking at all. I think the food industry here is crazy. I think new restaurants are being brought in all the time. I think Sacramento is kind of on the cutting edge of various kind of cuisine. I love the Sacramento scene. The other thing too is a lot of people might be going, it's no Bay Area. Yeah, but the Bay Area, you need like 3 or 4 months, or unless you're like Brad Pitt, to get a reservation at any of these restaurants. I love the idea that the restaurants here in Sacramento and the food is just great. Like you can get in there, you can, the Kitchen, one of our top restaurants. Yes, there is a little bit of a wait to get in there, but not crazy like Boulevard in San Francisco. So it's pretty nice. Also, I want to tell you guys too, I might have my buddy Pierre. Pierre's a realtor in the Sacramento office. He is a rock star. He's been wanting to get into videos, so I just want to give him a little shout out there. He wants to show you guys some really amazing like food, like this one place he was talking about today. I give him full props because I've never been there. He told me a Ethiopian place called Casablanca in Sacramento. And he's like, my God, it is one of my favorite places to eat. He's like, he's going to be dropping a video on that as well too. So when it premieres, you will see a link directly here. He's got some great stuff. Fantastic guy too. High level of integrity. Great realtors. I can't wait to see that. That's going to be great. Okay, so foodie, I would have to say thumbs up. Farmers market, fresh stuff. Now, one thing that, a lot of people don't take into account as far as the farm to fork, everyone's always like, farm to fork, you go to restaurants, you get really fresh veggies, fresh food. One of the things I love the whole farm to fork thing is that like I do a lot of cooking inside, right? I bring people in my house. I do some barbecues. I'm getting a new IR grill, which I'm ecstatic about. But I do a lot of cooking, and it's nice to go to some of these spots and to buy fresh veggies, fresh food. I love going to KP Market as well too. So for that, I really love the idea that stuff is at my fingertips and I can create and cook some really good stuff. All right, next one, community first. Sacramento stands out, strong community spirit. I'm going to tell you this as far as the community vibe in Sacramento. I think comparatively towards like the Bay Area, I think our community vibe is very strong. I think that a lot of people, when they're coming out here looking at houses, a lot of people get weirded out a little bit because people are like, hey, how are you doing? It's like the Ned Flanders thing from The Simpsons. Everyone's very like happy. Everyone's like meeting you. Everyone's asking you where you're from and everything too. I think a lot of that was lost in the Bay Area. I think people don't know their neighbors and don't want to. Here in Sacramento, we're big fans of block parties. We're big fans of getting together. I mean, Whitney Ranch, they get together all the time. I hear they do toga parties up there. So like, if you're looking for something where community is really important to you, you want that whole idea of, riding your bikes down the street, 4th of July parties, getting to know your neighbors. There are so many communities here in Sacramento. I can't even name just one. But for me, for example, I live in Gold River. Yes, the HOAs, that's another video. But I will tell you this, that every single Friday without fail, unless it's raining, I'm sorry, at like 5:30, there's like 8 or 9 neighbors in lounge chairs sitting at the corner yard, and they're all drinking a little wine, talking to each other and getting along. So I'd say community, as far as Sacramento goes, definitely a thumbs up on that one. Cultural hotspot. I think we're getting there. I think, the art scene here, like I said, is pretty good. I think cultural, like it's getting to be that point, and it's getting there. Our outdoor adventures, yeah, like I said, I don't think you really need to throw in things like Lake Tahoe, like Yosemite. I think for us, we have stuff that's like, we have like American River, where you can like go like rafting. You can go paddle boarding. My buddy Nick Brown, hopefully he's listening to it with Madison. Like they're always out there. I swear these guys look like they're straight off the beach from San Diego. They're having fun. They're always out there on their paddle boards. I mean, like I'm watching Instagram and they're hanging out with their friends and everything too. So I'd say like, as far as the outdoor activity, it's just, I don't know, it's phenomenal in Sacramento. You don't have to go anywhere like Tahoe. You don't have to go to Yosemite to have that outdoor fun. So for me, no, I think outdoor stuff is fantastic here, and picnics and all that stuff too. It's just, I don't know. Sacramento really does live up to the outdoor stuff. If you're a hiker, great. Mountain biker, we got some fantastic mountain bike trails. If you're a street biker, we got I think 34 miles of paved roadway for you as well too. Really good stuff. All right, Sky River did. Okay, now let's get into some other stuff. Sky River doubled down. This is the second anniversary of the Sky River Casino in Elk Grove. I was on the fence, and I don't know how you guys were feeling about the Sky River Casino, but it's done pretty well, I gotta say. I mean, a lot of people love it. I mean, the funniest part is whenever we're showing Elk Grove, which is a lot of people are like, yeah, we're going to see some houses, and then we're heading over to Sky River. So as far as I see so far, and it's still too early to tell, it's been a great success, and people absolutely love it. So, I don't know. What do you guys think about the casino out there? All right. Low-income housing approved for Folsom's historic district. Not a lot. And I think, one of the things about Sacramento, and if you don't know where Folsom's historic district is, it's by kind of keep on down East Bidwell, and you're going to see where the water is and where Chicago Fire is, and usually where you have the tree lighting in Folsom. That's the historical district. And it's kind of one of those old school spots where you can get the candy, there's the Prospector, that kind of stuff. So around that area, you're going to be looking at, some low income housing. Not a lot. I still think Sacramento and our area needs to really kind of focus in on affordable housing. I think, like I said, I always say this on this channel, so I don't mean to keep saying it, but I do think it's a sad thing when there's people who've grown up in Folsom and Sacramento, and all of a sudden, the area's boomed. It's gone crazy, and all of a sudden they can't even afford to buy a house where they grew up. I think that's a shame, and it'd be nice to kind of get something as far as to get people at least their first home in the area, and hopefully they can get some appreciation and join the party, because I do think, like I said, the Sacramento area, Sacramento metro area, like I said, we're always on the good list. We're never really on the bad list, and our appreciation is pretty solid. Yes, I do think for right now, I still go with what I said before. We might be flatlining a little bit, maybe just a little appreciation, but comparatively towards other areas in the United States, guys, we are on a roll, and I think Sacramento is. There are some bumps, I will say, like Intel. That's not a great one, but I do think for the most part, and a lot of people have called the idea that, Intel's layoffs and everything too might be a big sign, a warning sign for Folsom Ranch. But one of the things I keep telling people is that Folsom Ranch was so strategically, they're so smart about what they did, bringing in the commercial, bringing in Dignity Health, bringing in all these things. We have such a strong medical base in Folsom Ranch. I just think we're going to pivot a little bit from Intel being that one employer that basically is a load bearer for Folsom to a bunch of them. And I think Folsom is going to grow. And I think that that's the natural growth pattern for an area like Folsom, where they're reliant on maybe Intel. And then all of a sudden, a lot of people aren't even working in Folsom. Some people are in downtown. They're commuting to their Toll Brothers home. A lot of people are working at Dignity Health. A lot of people are working in the commercial buildings and offices that are being built in Folsom Ranch. So I think we're going to grow, guys. I think definitely we're going to grow. All right, next one. Boom. Remote era has shifted. What do you guys think? Do you guys think, because for me, I've always thought remote working, I've always thought that that was a smart move, right? If you're someone who owns a business, and you have employees, I always thought the idea of having that water cooler was kind of a waste of time. I never liked that. I always felt because back in the day I worked in the business sector, I always joked around about saying we have meetings about meetings about meetings. There was a lot of people talking about birthday cake, water coolers, and I just didn't really feel a lot of productivity. And I do feel that if people could save a little bit on their leases and everything too, I think work for home is kind of a no-brainer. But I want to know what you guys think. Do you think the work at home thing will eventually pivot completely to be a thing like it was during COVID? Or do you think people are going to start getting required more to come to work? And is that going to set a damper to the Sacramento market? For me, I don't know. I think working at home, it's, we're not in high school. You got your metrics and you have your deliverables. And if you can stick to those, productivity is up. I think working at home makes complete sense. All right, Mason Elk Grove opens. Something I've been telling people a lot too is just keep an eye out for it. I mean, areas like Elk Grove, areas like Whitney Ranch, you're going to be seeing some new big heavy hitters pop into town. Macy's is another one. You got Mendocino Farms opening up over there. You got Macy's. I know it's going to be an interesting ride for Elk Grove. A lot of people are kind of basically saying that, they don't know what's going to be happening with the future of Elk Grove. I think the commercial aspect is developing. I think you're going to see stores. I think you're going to see that train station. I think Elk Grove is a just going to be booming. Elk Grove and Folsom. I don't know which one's going to be booming more. All right, next one. Boom. Here's what I was talking about earlier. Taylor Morrison is doing some crazy rates, incentives as well too. Like they're the last ones, or they're the ones I've heard about the latest, right? I got Richmond, I got Tri-Point, I got Cahove, I got Taylor. Today I got a little bit of Toll Brothers too. Everyone's jumping on the bandwagon of buying down people's rates to like 4s. Like 5s aren't even like, that's not even talked about. But even Toll Brothers is going down to 4s. So just if you guys are looking for the best incentives out there, the best rate options, all that kind of fun stuff, news communities, just reach out to our team, guys. No one does more new homes than we do. No one talks to all these builders. You'll always find when like I'm posting stuff, no one else has heard about this stuff. I guarantee you, if you talk to a bunch of other people doing new homes and you mention about this deal, specifically Taylor Morrison, they will have no idea. So if you are looking for a new home, if you are looking for the ones that are giving you the best incentives, just give me a call, guys. I promise you won't be disappointed. We've worked with over a couple hundred people getting them into new homes, and we'd love to work with you as well too. All right, that's my pitch for that. Okay, let's go into some questions and let's go into some polls, and then we will let you guys go for the night. And like I said, if you have any questions specifically about Taylor Morrison and Elk Grove, West Sacramento building, anything underneath the sun, the A's coming to town, the new Whitney Ranch Mall area being built, Lincoln, Loomis, Auburn, just bring it on. We do all those areas, and I got a crazy amount of information here for you guys. Just let me know what topic. Okay, moving to Lincoln. I live in Lincoln off of 12 Bridges in this beautiful community. As far as the heat, the general area of Sacramento, Roseville, Rockland, you can see we might get 10 days a year where it's 110, except for this year, which was a little bit more. Utilities are insane. If you're buying a house, it must have solar. Guys, one of the things that I'm running into is, and I talked to my buddy, Sam Galovi, who I'm going to actually be bringing on the show relatively soon. He was telling me, because I was talking to him, I was like, yeah, are you getting a lot of people that are really, really complaining about their PG&E bill? And he was like, man, PG&E has never been higher. People are complaining, they're not happy, rolling blackouts, and the bills are just going through the roof. So if you're looking to move into like an El Dorado Hills, if you're looking to move into like a Lincoln, if you're looking to move into Rockland, somewhere that there's PG&E, guys, I'm going to tell you right now, really look into solar. Some of these houses, 3,000, 4,000 square feet, they will cost you a pretty penny when it comes to solar. Now, the other thing too is what I notice is a lot of these areas that are like, like Lincoln, like El Dorado Hills, talk to my buddy Javier Ortiz and figure out your homeowner's insurance situation. We're getting a crazy amount of fires here, as you know, and they are definitely going to affect fire insurance. So just be aware before you find that amazing house in Serrano. You talk to my buddy Javier to figure out what that home insurance looks like. All right, next one. Boom. Is Elk Grove, California worth the money? It's full of traffic, overpriced houses, and nothing to do. Other than that, it's fantastic. No, I'm joking. I like Elk Grove. Elk Grove is one of those spots where I do think a lot of people are going to be smiling ear to ear with appreciation. I think the train station, Sacramento Zoo's moving over there. I think you got Macy's, Mendocino Farms, growth, development. There's going to be like 30,000 new homes, which are going to bring in new parks, schools, police departments. I like Elk Grove. I think Elk Grove is good. I think that the price point is lower than Folsom. And I think a lot of people are going to be winning in Elk Grove. Elk Grove also is a strange spot. Elk Grove is one of those few spots that I'll move someone in and they'll call me about, a month later, they'll want to move their brother in and the brother's nephew and all this stuff too. So I see a lot of families moving into Elk Grove. A lot of people have lived in Elk Grove their entire lives and they don't want anything but Elk Grove, which is one of the rare areas in Sacramento that I've seen that. So I think Elk Grove's a player. I think Elk Grove's a great spot to live. If you're someone who loves the food options are fantastic there. It's close to downtown. You got 3 zip codes, which I love them all. I mean, I love the 757 just because it's just the growth potential is crazy there. 758, you got Laguna with the man-made lakes. And I like the 624 so I can visit my buddy Sabo, who's got one of the most insane gardens and he's growing some crazy vegetables out there too. Hopefully he'll send some my way. So I think Elk Grove is a great spot. And people love Elk Grove. And this is why builders like TriPoint, Woodside, was it Taylor Morrison, Richmond American, Meritage, every builder, Tim Lewis, everyone underneath the sun, is just crazy. Now, I'm going to drop you guys a bombshell right now. Okay, this is a good one. You'll love this bombshell. I was at Toll Brothers today, and I was talking to the man, the myth, the legend, the big, the jefe, the chief over there at Toll Brothers. He told me this. You ready for this? Toll Brothers, others than Bickford Ranch, and you're never going to get this from any other realtor or any other channel, so just, this is a good one, okay? Number one, Toll Brothers' next community is going to be in Roseville. You heard it first here. Toll Brothers is building their next community in Roseville, okay? They're very excited about it. They're telling me it's going to be a really amazing community. And after that, they're doing some planning and they're thinking really hard about headed to, guess where, guys? Drum roll. Elk Grove. Oh my God. I know. You heard it first here, guys. I'm not even joking. I talked to the head guy. We were filming Toll Brothers Regency today. He was there and I was picking his brain. I was like, man, why aren't you guys building in Elk Grove? I mean, you'd think in Elk Grove, price point's going up. And he's like, well, first we're going to be building our community in Roseville. And he's like, I live in Elk Grove, so I'd love to see Toll Brothers there. And we've been talking about it. So Toll Brothers could be in Elk Grove. So if you Elk Grove people are missing Toll Brothers, it could be there relatively soon. All right, boom. All right, what does it mean if a builder starts selling model homes in early phases of construction? I bought a new home earlier this year, and now the builder closed model's office and selling model home. For me, I'm not a big fan of buying like the model homes. You know what I mean? They tend to put in like crazy amount of upgrades, and the price tends to be nuts. So when the model homes are sold, that basically means that collection is done. So those are usually the last ones being sold. So those are their showroom homes, right? It's like, you know, and those are usually the last ones being sold, and that means they're usually not building anymore in that collection, right? Now, occasionally, like we saw with Taylor Morrison over, in Folsom Ranch, and actually I think it was also in Richmond American up in Whitney Ranch. What they ended up doing was they sold the models, but they did they did a rent back. So they actually let someone buy the model home and then gave them a rent back of a year. And they gave Richmond American or Taylor Morrison a rent back of a year so they could still use those as sales office. And so they used the models for about another year. And after the year was over, the community was sold and the people got to move into the homes. So what does it mean if the builder starts selling the model homes? That means the phase is pretty much done. That means the people have already bought and that community is pretty much done. Like they could do another phase, but chances are there's going to be different models and different kind of floor plans and whatnot. So that's kind of what it means. But what do you guys think though? Going back to what I said, Toll Brothers in Elk Grove. Do you guys think that's going to happen? Or do you guys think, what do you guys think of that impact? I love that idea. Toll Brothers in Roseville, then Toll Brothers in Elk Grove. Now, if you guys aren't familiar with Toll Brothers, they're the luxury builder in the Sacramento area, or one of them. In my opinion, you know, as far as a brand goes, they're pretty solid. Now, I'm not saying they're the perfect builder, but I don't think anyone is. But I will tell you one thing: Toll Brothers doesn't go low, and a lot of their stuff is just jaw-dropping homes. They're just blow you away. I'm so curious to see what they're building in Roseville, and I cannot wait to see when they buy their nice big piece of land. I'm sure Lennar is going to build right next to it in Elk Grove. So I'm excited, and like I said, guys, when they start building in Roseville and there's announcements and every one of their brothers talking about Toll Brothers in Roseville, know who got the scoop here for you guys first. Roseville, then Elk Grove. Okay, next one. How many people are having big issues with PG&E SMUD all day? Now, if you guys aren't familiar, SMUD is the Sacramento Municipal Utility District. It is basically half the price of PG&E, and if you're in Sacramento County, this is what you have. Now, if you're in Roseville, you got Roseville Electric, which is on par with SMUD. Some people say Roseville Electric is a little bit more expensive. Some people say SMUD is. Romeo Capulets Montagues, but you know, it's basically a lot cheaper and a lot less issues than PG&E. So if you have SMUD, you're smiling ear to ear, and that's why a lot of people will kind of decide to move into Folsom as opposed to going to El Dorado Hills because of SMUD, because of the electricity bills and the rolling blackouts. Now, a lot of people are like, rolling blackouts, you know, it's all good, don't worry, it's not a big deal. But here's the thing: a lot of people don't factor this in. A lot of times when you have the rolling blackouts, it's like 110 degrees outside, and guess what gets killed when you have rolling blackouts? Your air conditioning, and that ain't fun, especially in Sacramento. All right. Are interest rates headed back up? Sacramento real estate. Yeah, this is a tough one. I don't know where they're going. What we really need to do is stop buying all these house prices and rates. Demand goes down. If no one's buying, prices will continue to go down, and even rates could drop if there's no movement in the market. Personally, I see more prices dropping and houses staying on the market for longer. It has started slowly, but it's there. I'll tell you something. Right now, I do think that you're finding a buyer that's frustrated. Pretty soon, they'll be indifferent. And the market is slower. I was at our Coldwell Banker meeting this morning, and it was just a lot of people were saying that they were slow. And our office is basically, probably in my opinion, like where you're going to see a majority of the people who are closing a lot of deals. It was slow. And so a lot of people were saying that. So I'd say like right now, I don't know. I don't know how the end of the year is going to go. I was feeling very optimistic for buyers when rates were dropping. And I know rates started dipping down a little bit again, but I don't know. It's just, as much as I say time your life, not time the market, I do think if we get into 5 territory, the market's going to be on fire. I don't know. I'm not that confident in it. I'm a little bit more confident, I guess, half empty kind of guy. I'm more confident that they're going to go up than go down just because I've been fooled before. So I don't know. All right. Guitar and Synth says, I hope rates drop to 3% or lower so that I can sell my home for a mid-century home with more land. All right. We will find you that String Brothers house with more land. We'll be looking in Citrus Heights where you can get some land and a nice mid-century modern house. If you guys like them, String Brothers are very popular in this area. And it's just nuts. Okay, what are Melrose taxes? Okay, so you guys haven't seen this video, watch it. Melrose, and here's a question I get asked a lot. I want a new community that does not have Melrose. Every community that I know about right now that's building in the Sacramento area has Melrose. Melrose varies. And a lot of times what you're going to notice is that the builder has the option of passing a lot of that on to the buyers. And at times when the market is crazy and there's a lot of demand for new homes, you see Melrose go higher and higher and higher. And so that's kind of what you see. It kind of correlates also to the price point of a house. There's a lot of people that believe that you're going to pay higher for a house and lower Melrose, or you're going to pay like higher Melrose and lower for a house. I personally think that right now, because inventory is low in the resale market, new homes are offering crazy incentives, that I do think builders are passing on a lot of Melrose to the buyers where they should be kind of taking a little bit of the hit themselves. That being said, Melrose is definitely that amount, that money, that bond that does go towards parks, fire departments, schools, and everything too. So you definitely need them. I mean, how many people have gone out there and looked at new homes and looked around and it's been like deserted? You don't want that. So Melrose definitely have to be there one way or the other. But it'd be nice to see if the builders picked up a little bit more of the tab. All right, Melrose is a scam. Yeah. I know, I'm with you. I mean, I wish there were some communities that didn't have Melrose, but it's just part of doing business if you like new homes in the Sacramento area. All right, new homes with interest rates as low as 3.99. It's a funny thing. I released this, and then I talked to KHOV, and then they told me to come in, and then that's when we did the video for interest rates at 3.5. So I don't know, it's going crazy. But like I said, this is coming and the rates are going down because the new home builders are buying down the rate. There's only a finite amount of people that are going to be able to qualify for this rate because they're actually buying it down with their money. So just, know that that's happening. Sacramento new home builders offering 3.99 lower. Got to be a reason why builders are pulling out this incentive. Guys, it's the funniest part is, yeah, I agree with you. There is definitely that. I think might be a little bit of the overbuilding because I'm seeing a majority of these builders are giving you these crazy interest rates off houses that are basically sitting there. So there is something to that. Like all the Rancho homes, they were the ones sitting there. Now, I'm not saying they're bad homes or whatnot. I'm thinking that maybe they fell out or something, but they definitely want to get rid of the inventory probably before Q3, Q4. They want to get rid of them at least by the end of the year. So I think that they could have overbuilt. But either way, like a lot of people are looking at these homes and going like, oh, they're still relatively like, I was looking at these homes in Rancho. I mean, what? Low 5s, 2-story, really, really nice, ready to go, and you get a smoking interest rate. I just wasn't finding the gotcha, right? The fine print on it. I mean, I have a client right now, really an amazing couple, 3.99. They got this amazing house. And the crazy part about this one is there were other people there that were vying for the same kind of house too. So it is going on. And I would say before you're completely poo-pooing this whole 3.99 thing or 3.5, just go out there. It's going to take you like what? A drive to figure out if this is for you or not. And make sure you take your favorite realtor with you. I'd love to go there. Nothing like saying hi to my buddies at KHAV. All right. All right. What do you do when you come to the realization that you overpaid for new construction? Okay. I should put that. Okay, there. What do you do when you think you come to the realization that you overpaid for new construction? I've had people that, I don't know if they overpaid, but I know that they went into the house, they loved the house. The realtor said, oh my God, this is a great deal. You should totally get it. They bought the house. And then a year later, they realized they couldn't afford the house. For me, my thought is this: if you're going to stay in a house, like maybe like 7 years, 5 to 7 years, like you might be feeling that whole overpaying thing. I mean, everyone kind of does. It's like, oh, I probably paid more. I mean, I get it. You feel it. If you're someone who's thinking about buying a house maybe, and you're thinking about selling it within the next couple of years, I still don't think this is a good market for you. I still think right now we're going to be, maybe a little bit of appreciation, but I think we're going to be flatlining a little bit. But I don't know. I mean, this question is so, if you really, really deep down feel that you overpaid for your house, your new construction house, I would probably, I don't know. I don't know what I'd do. Give me some details on your house too. I want to find out the community and how much you paid for it. Do me a favor. And after the show, I'm going to be wiped, but give me a call tomorrow. Let me do a legit CMA, not the Zillow CMA. It's not any of this stuff too, but let me do a CMA. Let me see, for the most part, what your house could go for. Now, and we could see we could see if there's solutions for you. I hate to see that you overpaid for your house. Just give me a buzz. Let's go over some numbers. And I feel bad for that. Okay. Yeah. Perfect. Yeah. And like I said, when I got my house was a resale like 3 years ago. The house was listed for a certain price. I went over and I felt like I overpaid for it completely. And then all of a sudden, my daughter was in the pool. We were hanging out. It was fun. And then, right now I'm at the stage where I don't really look at the estimates for it. I see stuff selling, see stuff moving in the area. And I can give a little bit of a guesstimate on what I can get for it. And based on what I paid for it, I can get more than I paid for it. Now, can I get more than I've actually put into it so far? No. But I look at it also as the idea that I didn't pay rent. And that I've had all these moments with my family. So at least hopefully you've hopefully enjoyed it a little bit. But like I said, we'll talk offline and just give me a call and see if there's something that I can tell you a little bit about your home that maybe can make you feel a little bit better. All right. Boom. All right. New homes in Sacramento area under 500,000. Oh, boom. What's a CMA you refer to? It's a market analysis of your home. Now, what you're going to notice is every realtor and their brother is going to just basically have a software, right? So they have this software and they basically put your address into the software and they give you this 52-page report. And it's just very confusing. It's very, very, it's not even it's not even a lot of work. So what we do on our team is we actually, we go through how can you say, we do hand-picked CMAs. We go through it. We see what stuff is closed in the last 6 months, stuff that's kind of comparable to what your house is. We talk about it as a team and we kind of give you a little bit of the high and low on what your house is kind of worth. And for the most part, that's kind of what we do. It's not AI. It's not automatic. It's basically just us going through it ourselves and taking the time to give you a legitimate idea of what your house is worth. So that's what we'll do for you. Okay. Oh, we were blessed. It's amazing. Just feel like we paid 50 more. All right. Like I said, give me a call tomorrow. You got my number and let's talk a little bit about it. And like I said, we'll figure it out. But just give me a call and we'll figure out which community, what floor plan, all that fun stuff. Okay. All right. New home builder with amazing incentives currently. HOA basically means, all right, neighborhood dictatorship where people don't like to get. Now, here's the thing about HOA. I understand what you mean about HOA. I live in Gold River and it's brutal. I got some people with clipboards, cameras, and sometimes it's not fun in Gold River. Now, the good part is I just had a conversation with two amazing people that are thinking about moving in to Gold River or some other area. And one of their main things was like safety, right? Hey, safety. And like for me, yeah, there is an HOA. But one of the things I like about the HOA in Gold River, and maybe not the HOA, it's just the security. I feel like I can go show houses and I just feel secure where I live. And so that for me, I'm not saying HOAs, yay, but I'm saying you do pay for something there. I mean, you do pay for that. The other thing too is I've been in situations specifically where people have wanted to sell their homes because of neighbors. I've been in situations where they're like, my neighbor has like 4 cars on the yard and the whole, neighborhood is going, this and that. And they want to sell because they realize their neighborhood's going in a bad direction and there's no guidelines to guide it. Now, these things that I've just mentioned, the pros of an HOA, they're not easy for me to get out of my mouth because I'm not a big fan of HOAs. Like, all in all, it'd be nice if like, HOAs didn't exist and there's some way to maintain a community. So HOAs for me, like it's hard for me to pro 'em. All right. Sacramento's new home builder is offering 3.99 lower. Definitely worth checking out. Such a great deal. So both Nikki and Ashlyn were in the video and they were blown away by the deals. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video too. And this is KHOV. These are some of the models that are available and they're going to even have a few more models that are available as well too, to be sold. So guys, if you're thinking new homes, if you like these rates, give us a call and let us know. Boom. Interest rates are dropping. Should I buy now or wait? Never heard of KHOV in Rancho. New home company in Elk Grove has some builds and they offer $10K referral credit, but no other incentives or rate buy downs. Okay, so 2 things here. KHOV and Rancho. And Rancho is a weird one because a lot of people don't know the Anatolia or kind of that area of Rancho. But there's a lot of builders out there right now. There's Woodside. Hi, Melrose. Woodside, there's KHOV, there's Lennar, there's Pulte, there's Cressley. I think Premier is building another community out there as well too, where I think there's another builder out there. They escape my brain. But there's a lot of building in Rancho and the Anatolia kind of area. Now, as far as the new home company, one of the areas that I'm seeing them do, 2 things I'm seeing right now. Number one is Taylor Morrison is, as of like, until this 4% thing, they weren't giving the greatest incentives as well too. Now it seems like they're kind of jumped in the game, which I like. But in Elk Grove and Folsom Ranch, they're giving the lowest incentives right now. Elk Grove 757, they're just giving low incentives because Elk Grove is super hot and Folsom is too. So if you're looking for incentives and incentives are your thing, I would say look at Vineyard, look at West Sacramento, look at West Roseville, look at Rancho. Those are the areas that you're going to find a lot more incentives. Like I said before, I think Folsom Ranch is hot, so they really don't have to give incentives or that much, except for Toll Brothers Regency, which I know is giving some great incentives right now. But for the most part, the communities that aren't active are not really giving that great of incentives comparatively towards the other areas. So if you're still thinking to yourself, man, Mark's been mentioning some of these 3.99s and 4.99s or whatever, let us know and we'll give you the areas, we'll give you the communities, and we'll tell you who's giving the hottest incentives in the Sacramento area, bar none. But yeah, Elk Grove, it's hard. Really, really hard to find some good incentives there because they are sizzling and things are selling in Elk Grove. All right, interest rates are dropping. Should I buy now or wait? I'm waiting to see if rates drop to the low 2% again. If they're going down to 2%, I'm going to buy like 3 or 4 houses. All right, let's get some polls and then we will let you go. I got my first day of school for my 8-year-old tomorrow, Gold River Discovery. So she's super excited and it's been such a pain to find her first day outfit, but we made my entire day. I know. Not real estate. I get it. Okay. Who feels we'll be back at 7% before we know it? Yes. Okay. I'm liking it. I'm saying the no's are a little bit more optimistic. A lot of people still think we're going to be dropping. I love the fact that the optimism is there and I hope we drop. I hope we get down to 5s, and I hope all the buyers that have been on the fence jump back in and finally get the house that they always wanted. It's just I've been burned before, and I know you as well, the buyers out there, you guys have been burned before too, but I will try to be a little bit more optimistic, and hopefully we do get to the 5s, because I do think at the 5s, it probably will get nutty out here, but I think that a lot of people will qualify for what they want to buy. How many people are having issues with PG&E? Like I said, we talked about this. A lot of people are having issues with PG&E, and for those who put no, you guys are probably on SMUD. All right, our new home rate buy downs too good to be true. Yes, I know. I'm telling you, like, they seem too good to be true. I'm with you. But I'm going down the road with one of our clients at KHAV, and he got the 3.99. He got a great house, great deal. I mean, it looks pretty good. I'm not seeing any weird little flaws in this scenario, so I don't know. And I saw his monthly. Man, it was pretty good. So honestly, it was good. Okay, do you think rates will go down to the 5s? Yes. Love the optimism. I'm with you guys. I want rates to go down to the 5s, because I think at 5s, like I said, I think a lot of buyers are going to be able to jump in and get what they want. I hope. I really, really do hope. I think 7s, it just means that it's just not going to be good for anyone right now. I think a lot of houses are going to sit on the market. And I think you're just going to see inventory just pile up. All the stuff is going to pile up. No one's going to be buying it, which in a weird way is a good thing to have more inventory on the market, but not that inventory. Okay. Next one, who wins, Rancho or West Roseville? West Roseville by a landslide, 78%. Okay, guys. I don't know. I got to be honest, like West Roseville, I love. I think it's a great spot. Rancho, I think you're right next to Folsom Ranch as well, too. It's close for me. Rancho, your Elk Grove Unified School District. West Roseville, it's close, guys. It's a coin toss, but you guys have spoken. West Roseville wins by a landslide. All right, would under 6% interest rates get you back in the market? 51% said yes, 70 votes. That's not too shabby. I think what we're going to see, and like I said, I think that I've been saying this for a long time. Also, if you guys are enjoying the broadcast, smash that like button. It'd mean a lot to me and my 8-year-old. Yeah, I'm using her for her first day of school. It'd mean a lot. Just joking. Okay, so here's what I think. There is a magic number to our market where all of a sudden things are going to switch and all of a sudden it's going to get crazy. I do think that number is something around a 5, not 5%, but something in the 5s, whether it's 5.75, 5.5, something. I think when we start seeing 5s in interest rates, if we do, because I'm not saying we are, but if we do, I think that all of a sudden the market will completely be fun, I guess, until all of a sudden, maybe if it keeps in the 5s for like maybe till spring, I think then it's not going to be fun. I think we're going to see crazy offers. I don't know. And I think at a certain point in time, what you're going to notice is like 5s probably get a lot of buyers back in the market. If 5s go low, you're going to get a lot of demand. I still don't think you're going to see a lot of those 2.75 sellers sell their homes. And I think it could be a lot of people fighting for the resale that's out there eventually somewhere in the 5s. And so it could be it could get brutal fast. I just don't know when that's going to happen. What do you guys think? Do you think 5s? Do you think it's going to be a benefit for the market? Or do you think if we get into 5s, do you guys see us getting into multiple offer situations, waiving appraisal contingencies, giving firstborns for houses? I don't know. All right, that is the last one. All right, we are almost done for the night. If you guys have any questions, let me know. Life is great. Thank you, Mark, for all your help. Absolutely. And like I said, we'll talk a little bit more next Monday with Aaron and Mr. Black. Give me a call tomorrow. I want you to feel a little bit better. No matter what I can, say. Hopefully we can get you feeling a little bit better as far as your purchase goes too. Like I said, don't know the community, don't know the floor plan, but we'll dive into it. For you guys out there, I'd say the biggest takeaway from tonight should be just that, buyers are not feeling good. Buyer sentiment is not fantastic. I would say right now, if you are someone who's looking for a home, I would say take advantage of some of these if you are looking for a home, I would say look at some of these new homes. Even if you're resale people, look at some of these new homes and have them actually run the numbers for you at a 3.99, see what that looks like. I've had a lot of the salespeople at the new homes run the numbers. And after they ran the numbers, all of a sudden people were like, wow, okay, we're saving some money. And what I'm seeing is normally like a point is maybe between like $300 and $500 off your mortgage payment. So just kind of keep that a little bit in mind. And if that gets you back in the game, I hope it does. Okay, guys, this is Mark. I'm out of here. Here is my phone number, guys. If you guys are looking to make a move in the Sacramento area, my team and myself would love to work with you guys, get you into the market, get you educated about Sacramento, and get you into one of the best kept secrets in California, Sacramento. I know it's crazy, but I guarantee you, if you come out here and give us about 3 hours to take you on an amazing tour of the various communities in the Sacramento area, you're going to fall in love just like I did. All right, guys, again, please like, comment, subscribe, share this with all your friends. We got one last comment from Wendy. How about having a CPA on your show to talk about avoiding capital gains for new homeowners that want to... I love it. Wendy, offline, shoot me a good CPA that would make this show fun and informative. And I'm always about that. Oh, wait, hold on. We got more questions. Hold on. I can't say no. I can't say bye yet. Our Natomas old neighborhood has nice homes, huge yards, near everything downtown. All freeways, sports, and medical schools going in there. There's everything going on here. And you have easy access. I'm going to tell you something straight up. If you have followed the show, you will know Natomas. I am on the Natomas bandwagon. I think it has unlimited potential. I think the building is newer. Yes, you have flood insurance, but that's like $100 a month. I like the location of it. I think if you're looking for an investment property, if you're looking for a primary home, I've moved a lot of people into the Natomas area and I absolutely love it. I think it's a great spot. I think as far as like for the bang for your buck, it's there. I think the location is right there. Like I said, near the airport, near downtown Sacramento. You got the medical center being built there. Close to everything. So yeah, I'm a big fan of Natomas. I've always been that. And I think Natomas, in my opinion, has such untapped potential that I'm excited for like, you know, the growth of Natomas. I think when the A's also come into town for the 3 years they're here, I know Natomas isn't where they'll be, but I do think Natomas and areas like Natomas, areas like West Sacramento, areas like even like Oak Park and everything too, we're going to get such an injection to our economy because the A's are here that I think that some of those areas, you know, could be really, really good little jackpots. So I don't know. We'll talk about this next time. And if you guys enjoy the show, thumbs up. Until next time, guys, this is Mark. Have a good one. Guess what, guys? The video just ended. But don't worry, we have more videos just like that one right over there. And if you missed that red subscribe button during the course of the video, we got you covered right there. Hit that subscribe button. We promise to bring you some amazing content. We won't let you down. Now, if you're looking for a team in the Sacramento metro area to work with, we'd love to talk to you one-on-one. We always include a Zoom link down below, so book a time where we can talk to you a little one-on-one, find out exactly what your real estate needs are.